Today I will show you exactly what I'm showing you right now. So this is about, let's say about 50 tapes, 48 or 50 tapes, let's say 50. And we're going to go through all this two big piles today. And you will see I have some really amazing stuff to show you. Just to tell you that I haven't scratched the bottom of the barrel with that store. There's still a couple spots left to check, and I'm really hoping to find more amazing tapes there in the next few weeks. And the reason I'm saying that is because every time I've been going back there, I would say, okay, this is it. I found like the most amazing tapes, but no, I keep finding new stuff and new amazing titles. Whenever I think it's done, no, it's not. So I would say there's about maybe 10 or 15% of the video store left to check. And I do have maybe 80 tapes left that I put aside I need to buy. And there's still like that 10 or 15% of the store that has been left unchecked so far. So let's dive into this and let's see what lies beneath this two wonderful piles of tapes. Let's dive into this. First of all, we have another copy of Zombie. This is the Lucio Fulci film. I already got one copy in my previous trip there, although this one is absolutely beautiful. It is gorgeous. Like, I mean, this is a near mint copy. By near mint, of course, I mean it's unfaded on the spine. It has very, very minor damage. I could see like maybe on the bit from the bottom over here, it's not like perfect, which keeps it from being like a mint copy. But this is the best you can find in Korea for that particular movie, and a great Fulci film. So that's one. Next one here we have, this was from my friend took it. I grabbed it because he wanted a scan of the cover. It's called Dangerous Encounter of the First Kind, or it goes under the title of Don't Play with Fire. I believe, if I'm correct, this was Sweetheart's third film. If not, maybe his second one. I think it was his third one. Like, I think he got like the Killer Butterfly, Butterfly Murders, and then he had like the the cannibal movie, and then this one. Great film once again. Beautiful copy. Okay, next, this was also for my friend. He also wanted a scan of the cover. Not really the kind of tape I would go for. It's called Police Madame. I'm sure it goes under another title, but this is with Moonlee. Again, beautiful copy. Okay. Let's dive more. Okay, here we have Love at First Bite. This came as a surprise. I didn't even know this was out in Korea. Copy is great. That was like a vampire comedy, Dracula comedy with David Hamilton. Anyway, this guy used to play in some TV soaps. Anyway. Really rare tape, so that was a pick. Okay, next, Ninja Film. Again, that was for my friend, but I couldn't pass this one simply because it's under the beautiful Oasis label, which I told you before is the label that picked up like pretty much all the Vestron's tapes, releases, I mean, and they put them out in Korea under Oasis. And this is, I don't actually know what this is. It's just like, it's a ninja film. I mean, you pick it up, right? You see a ninja film, you pick it up. Okay, next we have Flashpoint Africa. I thought this was more like a prison movie because of the picture on the cover, which I think is Linda Blair from Condemned to Hell or something like that. But it turns out to be like something else. I think it's more like a thriller. Anyhow, the cover is great, and this is something I've rarely seen, if like not seen at all, so I picked it up. Okay, next we have Octoman with totally misleading cover, with like one of the bad character from the Dark Crystal, the Jim Henson film. Anyway, really rare. NVC, once again, one of the first Korean labels. My friend has a copy of this, and to be fair, I think he got like 2. And he said to me, like I spoke to him today, he said like he got 2 copies, and happens to be 2 different copies in this one. I think there's like 3 varieties. This would make it the 3rd variety. What is different from each covers? I don't know. I forgot to mention to ask him. I think he said like the text on the back is in Korean and mine is in English. So that could be it. Okay. All right, now we're diving into the Rambo exploitation with Death Raiders. Once again, a really, really cool cover. I mean, you can't pass this. This is just like, you see a cover like this in Korea, you pick it up. Yeah, the top is not in excellent shape, as you can see. It's kind of a couple of wrinkles and creases, but the cover, the front is fine. The back is, I mean, the spine is okay too, although a bit faded, but I mean, it's a rare title. So once again, a title like this in Korea, they don't come around very often, so you pick them up. By the way, I put aside another copy of it. The spine is different. I think it's a different label, or it's just like a different release, but I'll show it to you next time. Okay, now we have a early 80s film, and as you can see, look at this. They kept the media logo on this one, which is so cool. And this is it Saegyeong? I think it's Saegyeong. Yeah, Saegyeong logo. Again, a title you don't see very often, and what's cool with this one is it's totally unfaded on the spine. It's such a gorgeous copy. I think I saw another copy at the store, but it didn't look as good as this one, so I picked up the better looking one. Okay, next. I showed you this before, but hey, look at this. This is tape number 1. And as you know, I told you there were like 12 tapes, and with the addition of the 3rd series, that goes up to 15 tapes. So far I think I got like 4 or 5 tapes, which is amazing, because this is getting really hard to find, and I'm so glad I got like episode 1. Okay, another really rare one, ladies and gentlemen, Halloween 6. And Halloween 6 is by far one of it's in the top 3 rarest Halloween tapes. I think I told you before, part 4 is by far the rarest one. And I believe 6 and 2 would be tie for the 2nd rarest, along with part 1 as well. So 1, 6, and 2 are like in the top, and of course number 4 is beyond rare. Okay. Next we have Crawling. Is that Crawling Space? I believe it's Crawling Space with Klaus Kinski. Again, Oasis, and a beautiful copy. I would say totally unfaded, and it's gorgeous. I found it only once, and someone in Europe bought it someone from Switzerland. I won't mention the name, I'm just saying the country. So this is really rare, and I'm really glad I found another very good looking copy. Okay, next, something I've never seen before. This is Paolo Roberto Coticino. I hope my Italian's good. Since I'm from Quebec, this character here, played by Alvaro Vitelli, he plays like this silly guy who always it's like sexy comedy, sex comedy with Edwidge Fenech, who used to play in those. Not in this one. This one has Carmen Russo, another bombshell that you see right here. I mean, come on. And yeah, this used to be very popular in Quebec for some reason, and of course they were all dubbed in French, and it was like tons of fun. It's so funny. Anyway, this in Korea is such I mean, it's mind-blowing to see this in Korea, and again the tape is beautiful. Okay, now what do we have next? The Accident. This is a Hong Kong, like early 80s. This should fall into like a category 3 precursor. Can I say precursor in English? Précurseur in French. So yeah, it was like a very early category 3, although it didn't exist at the time, but it's a thriller, horror, slasher sort of. A very good film. And quite rare. Although I found like a bunch of copies recently, and that was it. And I hope I will find more copies in the future, but for now, this is the only one I have. Okay, what do we have next? Oh, we have RoboJocks. Again, like top B movie from the, I believe it was like the early 90s. This was almost like an inspiration for Pacific Rim. I know many people pointed that out, and of course it is. Movie by Stuart Gordon from Reanimator fame. And this tape is really rare in Korea. Pretty good shape, a bit of fade on the spine, but yay. Okay, next we have Killing American Style. This has been asked by someone I know on Facebook asked me for this, and it's apparently it's the director of a what is it, Rambo Cop, which is Samurai Cop. So the same director as Samurai Cop, and this one is really rare. It's the first time I see it in like on tape. I mean, in the wild, saw like a couple of stock photos. From time to time, but it's the first time I do find an actual copy, and I'm really happy about this. And this copy is gorgeous. Okay, next I found yet another copy of this. It's called Kissed by the Wolves. I think I showed you a copy before. This one is in excellent shape. It was like almost new, to be honest. Again, a very rare, I'm not sure if it's Taiwanese or Hong Kong. I would go with Taiwanese, but like another like rare, like mid-80s Taiwanese action film. So there you go. This one has been bugging my mind. Okay, look at this. It says at the bottom, American, I cannot even read, American Commando 10. If I look up on IMDb, it says there's American Commando 1, 2, 3, there's even, I think, up to 6. So how come this is 10? Must be like another Korean title misleading thing, like where they just went with something like, okay, let's just call it part 10, and 2 other like action or 3 or 4 action films that came up before that, they call them 8, 9, 7, whatever. Anyways, Godfrey Ho film. I have to look it up on the VCR to see what they show on the actual title in the credits. But as it goes for now, it's called American Commando 10. Okay, next, this film called Convoy of Women, Convoi de Femmes. It's by one guy who used to do it's a French director who used to do some women in prison flicks. This is from the mid-70s, I believe, in 1976. I could be wrong. It's actually a Western, but has some kind of woman, like prison exploitation theme in it. Well, you can tell by the back cover, which probably doesn't have to do it at all. Nothing to do with the film, but the overall imagery on this cover is just beautiful, and it's a very nice release. I mean, copy. Okay, next, before I dive into the DNS tapes, I'm just gonna go and finish with this pile here. This is The Beast in Heat, Italian film exploitation Nazi spoiler, quite rare. I know, in the past I found maybe 3 copies of this. Maybe this is the 4th copy I found. But let's not forget that it's been over 9 years. So 4 copies in 9 years isn't a whole bunch. And I would say this is the best looking one of all 4 I found. I mean, it's a bit pink on the spine because red is really hard with sun fade. but it's a gorgeous copy nonetheless. Okay, next, another double crosser. This one is another gorgeous copy. Stuff like that, you can just pass. Yeah, I mean, even though I do have like 2 copies in stock, I cannot, pass a title like this, because once they're gone, they're gone. Same goes with this one. This is a Gangshi film. I have it, but it's a totally different cover that I have. So this one is, it's an artwork I've never seen before. Maybe if I've seen it, I don't remember, but it's the rarest of the 2, the variety of covers. And I believe it's the same label as well, just a different artwork. And gorgeous looking tape as well. Okay, next, something I was never aware of, but I mean, the cover is just amazing. Return of the Family Man, some late 80s, really obscure B film. Once again, the cover is just mind-blowing. The artwork is so cool. I mean, look at this. Come on. You look at the back, you look at the front, you're like, hey, how can I pass this? And it's very clean. Okay, next, Hard Rock Zombies. I had this in the past. I owed some money to my friend, so he just dived into my tapes and he grabbed a whole bunch, and that was one of them. And thankfully I found this other copy because I don't have the other one anymore. And this one might be in better shape than the one I gave away, so really happy about this. Very beautiful tape. Okay, next we have Straight Jacket. I looked this one up on IMDb. It goes under another title, which I forgot. Alright. But if you just look Straight Jacket, you'll find it. Again, something I'm not really aware of. It's like late 80s, very obscure film that scored like 3.8 out of 10, something like this. Anyway, it's rare and the cover is mind-blowing. Another like something that looks like a Rambo exploitation, action adventure film called Battle. It's a bit too small. Battle Treasures, but it's something else. Battle for the Treasure. Anyway, I looked this one up. I forgot what it is. I guess it's Italian production. Really cool. And this is on the Ajin label. Okay, another really cool Sekyong. By that I mean Sekyong. This label right here. This is a ninja film called Golden Ninja Invasion. It says directed by Bruce Lambert. I think he's probably the actor. I think that's a Godfrey Ho film or IFD production. Again, gorgeous copy. Probably crappy film, of course, except if you're in for that type of film. But I mean, this is super rare. Another really cool cover here. We have Amazons. This was again very rare. And what's really cool about this, and sometimes Korean VHS covers tend to do this, is as you can see, well, you see the girls are almost naked on the cover, and this is a no-no for Korean covers. So look, if you look closely, you see like there's a bunch of lines. So this is kind of their way of censoring the covers. You can see that sometimes with like erotic films, although they would just totally just put up like a bra on the girl, like draw a bra or like cut out a bra. But this is another type of censorship. They just put like some lines. So there you have it. Amazons. Next, I found this before. I found another copy. Again, this is hard to pass. It's called the Nail Gun Massacre. Showed it to you before. Super rare. Again, never seen that before. And the only 2 times I saw it was at that store, and I picked them, both copies. Okay, next we have, well, this store didn't have much Kung Fu. I mean, old school Kung Fu like this one. So when I see one, it's just like a sure grab. It's called Deadly Strike. That's a Bruce Lee, L.I., I think. Again, I'm not a Kung Fu pro or anything. I mean, I know some Kung Fu stuff. I just more rely on people I know who really dig into this stuff. But if you ask my opinion, I'm more into the horror stuff and some of the Korean films. But when it goes into like Kung Fu, Taiwanese, Hong Kong, especially old school Kung Fu like this, I don't really know my stuff. I try to, but I'm not the it's not my forte, let's say. So there you go, Deadly Strike. Speaking of Taiwanese film, this is a very rare prison film from 1982. Prison action, girl in prison film. Again, quite rare. The copy is just gorgeous. Once again, like unfaded or nearly unfaded. Beautiful stuff. Okay, now let me show you. Okay, I'm just gonna turn this. Just giving you like a sneak peek right here. As you can see, everything in there is DNS. And some people have been asking me like, okay, what's the big deal with DNS? The big deal with DNS is actually that they have like such a gorgeous horror catalog, and they most of the time use like the original artwork of the old tapes and stuff. So this is really cool, and they have like the most gorgeous cover art. That's what I'm saying. So let's go with this one called Agent Ice, probably like a spy film from the 80s, like really lowbrow action, whatever. Beautiful copy, once again, almost unfaded. Beautiful stuff. Next one, this is one of my favorite one of the all 50 tapes. This one is Condemned to Hell. Yeah, Condemned to Hell right there. I mean, look at this. Okay, it looks a little bit cheap, like they just erased the title at the bottom and they just slapped in like a Hangul title, the title in Korean. But it's so beautiful with that like tie-dye, dégradé, how you say that? Like, anyway, rainbow on the back, like she got like that halo. It's beautiful. I love this cover. Totally gorgeous. Okay, next, this one is called. It's called I Forgot. That's the name. I forgot this title. Anyway, if you look it up on IMDb, I looked it up, I totally forgot what it was. I thought it was like some kind of action thing. Turned out it was, I think, more like a drama. The girl on the cover, though, that comes from a very early straight-to-video film, an SOV production, which again, I forgot the title. But I had it before and sold it, and that girl is on the cover, so they took it from another cover and then they slapped it on this tape. So here you go. Okay, this one too, I have another copy. This doesn't come out really often. Once again, I found it only once, sold it to my friend, and then I never found this tape again, only to find it later on, a couple of years after, like, which is right now, and I found two copies. One that is totally unfaded near mint, and this one that has a slight fade on the spine. Of course, some people want some super top-looking tapes, and I mean, it's Korea, it's super hard to come by. I mean, if you do collect foreign tapes and you collect anything from Asia, you'd know that sun fade is kind of the worst enemy of Asian tapes, because the sun is bright here, believe it or not. And even Japanese film have this thing, they're all sun faded on the spine, so that's why they're so hard to find. This one is not too bad, but I do have a near mint copy of this. Next one, Bits and Pieces, cool little horror film from the 80s once again. This copy is not bad looking, and again, it's a DNS. Okay, we got like 6 or 7 tapes left. This one is another mind-blowing one, Mausoleum. So happy I found this. Is super rare. Again, only my friend has a copy of this. I don't know anyone else who has. Again, it's a really rare film. Spine is not like the best looking one because it's probably faded, but hey, this is hard to find. Okay, next we have Final Cut. Totally amazing cover. Beautiful artwork. Is the film good? I don't know, never seen it, but hey, it's a DNS. Okay, next, let's dive into some SUV. This is called RoboChick, C.H.I.C. And it's a, I don't know, RoboCop ripoff with a chick. Very late 80s or very early 90s. I believe it only came out in the States. Probably not many copies around the world of this title, and we probably know why, because it probably sucks, but hey, it's out in Korea. Okay, 4 more titles. Now we have The Lamp. I was wondering what this is, and turns out to be, I think it's The Outing, that horror film from the 80s. So here it's called The Lamp, and what a gorgeous choice of image for the cover artwork. Just really cool. Same goes for the back. Really cool cover. I mean, really cool choice of pictures and everything. Okay, 3 more. Here we go. The Golden Cobra, some Indiana Jones slash action slash probably Italian production. Forgot to check, but that's a really cool tape. Next, The Unseen. This is not DNS, this is another label. Another really rare VHS and beautiful release. And finally, this was just like a little pick for my Korean erotica section. It's kind of a rare Korean erotica, and I've never seen it before, so it was a pick. So thank you, everyone. I'm planning to go back to the video store, I'm guessing maybe 2 more times before I'm done with everything. I hope to be done with everything, because it's kind of tiring, because you know, you have to get there. It's really far, it's in the countryside, I have to take the train. Trains are only in the early morning, like 7 a.m. The store opens at 12. It's a bit of a drag, but hey, when you find tapes like these, it's hard to say no. So I hope to get back maybe next week, if not in 2 weeks. So I'll see you guys very soon, and hopefully with more amazing Korean tapes to show you. Alright guys, have a great Sunday and see you soon. Thanks.